All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Assassination Classroom, Season 2, Episode 12. Past the halfway point. Here we are.
Yep.
Finals.
Oh, yeah. And Asano has asked them to specifically help take down his dad and his way of teaching.
His empire. Well, more like take him down so that he can take it over and all that.
I mean, in some ways, like, it's really exciting to think about him potentially, like, maybe even being an ally to the E-class.
Like if there ever gets to the point, right, where Asano joins the E-class, I will probably lose my mind.
I would love that so much.
That would be so cool. That would be so cool.
And having Karma be the one that's now about to throw down with him, given that Karma has been spending a lot of time since the last test actually studying, prepping, being ready for this as they take down, not Evangelion-style angels or something like that, or
now
whatever.
A portal is opened up in the sky.
Right. We're going to have the fourth impact this time,
Yep, definitely.
So, it looks great. It's set up to be something special, but there's some really crazy ways this can go depending on how not Aizen, the principal of the school, decides to handle his zombie horde that he is now
has centipede control over. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. To take down the class. So, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. Karma and Asano. Oh my god. I love the representation of the math problem itself. Just there. I think the hardest class I ever took in school was an AP chemistry course. Yeah. It was like 6 credits or 7 credits or something, and then it had a lab. like it was the one time where I was like, I'm gonna do this. I did not get a good grade in that class. Yeah, it was a college level course I was taking in high school. Yeah. For the whole running start thing. Yeah. You had a couple of those, right?
Yes. Yeah, I had one of those in summer quarter. That was fun.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Was it math?
Chemistry.
Chemistry as well?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Whoa. Ooh. That's a good description of it.
Yeah, that is a really good description.
Yeah. Oh, that's me. That is not me. Oh, I like the way he attacks the problem.
Yeah, I mean, most of the time with those problems that are like story problems and whatnot, it's all about eliminating the fluff.
Alright, he's discovered the angle. Okay. Move on to the next angles.
I'm actually very curious to see what the details of this problem are, since they listed the whole thing.
That's actually a really cool way of attacking the problem, yeah.
And if they're all identical, then theoretically you only need to find one of them.
Maybe that's what Karma did.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Right.
What?
Is it? Wait.
Oh my god.
Okay, that's some cool visualization. Solving a math problem with the power of friendship.
Forming a perfect circle. Holy crap.
箱の中には俺が丸々一人と周りの8人が8分の1ずつ存在している。
No way.
この立方体の中で俺と他の8人の領域の
Wow. No way.
箱の中では1対1だから俺が視聴できる領域の体積は立方体の半分。
Wow.
なんだ小学生でもわかるじゃん。
I really want to go back through that problem and see if I can track with the solution.
Meaning that it's kind of a way to just show the beauty of mathematics, that it's actually so simple of an answer.
Right.
ただ自分の外にも
Oh.
気づけたら
This is cool for Karma's character to be the one that gets
Yeah.
this. And 20 out of 20.
Awesome.
あと1行
Oh.
Wow.
分かっていたのに。
Wow.
Whoa.
Okay.
Whoa.
Hmm.
Karma gets number 1?
I think so.
Oh my god.
So.
Okay. Someone
So-
got 500. There's a
Hey!
46th
Yeah.
in the class!
まさかくんが46位。
ってことは
Yeah!
All right.
Oh
Awesome.
my god! Takabayashi's 5. Isugo's 4.
Asano's number 2 and Karma's number 1.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh my god. Perfect score, Karma.
上で狙って1位を取って気分。
Oh, hell
Karma
boy.
blush.
Oh.
Wow.
みんな志望校に行けるんじゃ。
Whoa.
That's right.
Whoa.
俺たちイエーイ待て待て最終回っぽいよね。
Wow, wow,
Yeah.
wow. That was meta. Oh my god.
Want to just look right at the audience?
Yeah.
E 組に落ちていろいろなことがあったけど残ってよかった。
Yes. Yes. Oh.
そうだ。面が悪いのは寺坂だって。寺坂閉めてる閉めてる。あそこまでやったのに負けるなんて。君たちの勉強じゃ勝てなかった。
Yeah.
だけのことだ。過去に僕も君たちに誇れる成績を取れなかった。
Only second in the school.
高校に行っても僕が勝ち。君たちも勝たせる手段を探し続ける。
Hmm.
君たちも僕を支えてくれ。
Wow. That's a leader right there.
Yeah.
君は生死をかけた勝負の後で同じことを言えるのか。
Just the way he's just suddenly there.
Yeah.
人生は常に分からぬもの。その戦いが負けたら死ぬ勝負かどうかは戦いが終わって初めて分かる。
Ugh.
今はっきり
Oh.
今のやり方では
Oh.
E 組に勝てません。
And saying this in front of the other students.
負けを経て強くなった。僕らの強さは彼らのしなやかな強さにかないません。
You tell him.
力を及ばず申し訳ありません。
Wow.
決めさなければどうぞ E 組に落としてください。そっちの方が僕たちは成功
Oh.
できる。
Yeah. Yeah.
Asano won.
これが答えです。
Holy crap. You failed. You lost. You did that in front of everyone.
顔してるね。
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
父親らしいあんたを見て
Wow.
Oh.
And now he's left in an empty classroom. Oh,
Alone.
that's perfect.
You have nothing. Oh, that was cathartic.
awesome.
Way to go, Asano. Way
Like-
to stand up to him. Way to go, class. Oh.
では今回の褒美に先生の弱点を教えて差し上げる。
Whoa, whoa,
Oh,
whoa.
he's just demolishing it.
校舎だ。
Oh, damn.
の準備をしてください。
Yeah.
今朝の理事会で決定しました。
And by the board, I mean
こ
myself.
の旧校舎は今日をもって取り壊します。
Dang.
Uh-huh.
Oh, crap.
来年開校する系列学校の新校舎に移ってもらい、
Okay.
今まで校舎の性能試験に協力してもらいます。
We're just gonna tear it down while you're inside it, too.
脱出防止システムなど
Wait, what?
より洗練された牢獄のような環境で勉強できる。私の教育にもうあなたは用済みだ。
Oh.
You're fired?
私があなたを殺します。
Yeah.
The government's gonna step in, though.
Wow. Wow.
あくまで私はコロ先生、あなたを暗殺しに来たのです。
Wait,
私の教育に不要と
like actually kill him?
5教科の問題集と5つの手榴弾を用意しました。
Okay.
1つは対先制手榴弾、残り1つは対人。
Oh.
本物の手榴弾。
Russian roulette with grenades, okay.
Yeah.
匂いでは区別がつかず。
But worse odds for Korosensei.
爆発するよう作らせました。これを開き、ページ右上の問題を1問解いてください。
そんなの開いた瞬間、
Yeah,
レバー
yeah.
が起きて。
そう、ほぼ確実に爆発するくらい。順番はあなたが先に4冊解き、残った1冊を私が解く。
Gotcha.
このギャンブルで私を殺すかギブアップさせられれば、あなたと E 組がここに残るのを認めます。
Okay.
Alright.
20%.
爆弾が爆発してもあんたはもちろん死にゃしねえ。あんたを殺すには5冊目まで本物の爆弾を残しとかなきゃいけねえ。
Oh, no, it's way lower. Yeah, yeah.
4×4 分の 3×3 分の 2×2 分の1イコ
あ
ール5分の1。20%。
No, I was right. Okay.
正解。チャレンジしますか？これはあなたの教職に対する本気度を見る試験でもある。私があなたなら迷わずやりますがね。
Let's just jump right into it.
Yeah.
首をちらつかせ、あからさまに有利なギャンブルを仕掛ける。
I think this is actually pretty decent for Korosensei.
Yeah.
That it's a 1 in
計算
5.
上では、今までのどの暗殺より確率が高い。
問題集を開けた瞬間、解いて閉じれば爆発。
Hold on, you need to be close by.
あなたのス
No,
ピード
no.
が
He only said he would do the last one.
Oh, right. Yeah.
もちろんです。
But you have to be able to tell which one is also the one for humans or not. Wait. Could he like only get it to partially release something?
Maybe? I don't know.
平面付け計算。ほら簡単なやつですよ。あれですあれ。10の位から1が出てきて3余り4だとかおよそ3だとか。
知恵の輪の時にテンパった時、反応速度や思考速度。
Oh.
このトラップはクリアできない。あと
Oh, no,
3
he's-
耐えられればあなたの
Just like the final was a test of endurance.
Uh-huh.
回復する前に
He's gonna win on endurance.
解いてください。
あと3発。
Yeah, he's gonna be slower too.
やられちまうのかよ。こんな単純な方法で。
さあ、コロ先生、私の教育の礎となってくだ
Now
さい。
he has to be sure which one is the the anti-teacher one though.
Right.
Now, what if that's part of his thing is that he eventually like just basically realizes that like no. What am I going to solve by having this guy get injured with an anti-personnel grenade, you know? So he'll need to
Yeah.
maybe win him over by basically being like, while you may be a shit teacher, you're still someone's father. And I need to be thinking about him.
Oh, sure.
I want to see how Asano basically gets brought into this. This is my main thing.
Okay.
like-
Uh-huh.
Like in a lot of ways, Asano has to be the one that takes down the principal, right? Having it be Korosensei is great.
I don't know.
But like,
I feel like
Maybe he already did.
Asano did take down the principal essentially. Like once the principal hit him, that was him admitting defeat.
Yeah,
right.
you're right,
And that's why he
yes.
resorted to the only thing he had left, force.
so this is him already having lost, basically.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. Yeah. Oh, one of these.
This little bugger.
天才の剣ではビビったが、E組の連中もこれでいよいよ終わりだ。
Really? Did you see the results?
イエーイ、クーズクーズ。
Propaganda.
これは理事長何かご用で？
Notice of dismissal. Yeah.
俺、E組。
I love it. That was great.
Okay, that was really cool.
That was excellent.
That was a good little like, hey, you know this guy? You know,
Get rid of that little shit. Yeah.
We're getting rid of him. He's out of here.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Well,
Karma.
They did
Karma.
it. They did it.
He took everything that he learned thus far. He
Yep.
looked at Nagisa, he looked at Korosensei, he looked at the class as a whole, and realized that, hey, you know what? Like, they all fulfill their own spots. They have their own whole aspects of them that makes them their talent and who they are and their unique aspects. Thus, if we extrapolate from that this is a perfect part of their quarter of a circle that they're bringing forward, and we meld into each other, and we're all connected in that way.
Yep.
Then we take that, and it's 4. That's one whole circle. Then the part space remaining must be entirely what I am.
I actually...
That's a really cool, like... You want me to show the math problem
I actually want to go back to the
that
math problem just to read through it, because...
See if that actually tracks.
Well, because the tough part about story problems is that there's always a bunch of extra fluff around it that basically makes it a lot more difficult.
And that felt really realistic here.
Yeah.
That they both looked at the story problem and realized, okay, I need to disassemble this to its components.
Yep. Okay.
So that I can actually...
As in the figure to the right, the crystalline structure known as a body-centered cubic unit consists of multiple cubes of edge length A arranged periodically with an atom at each vertex and at the cube's center. And at the cube's center. Okay. Most alkaline metals, including Na and
sodium
K,
and potassium,
right, are body-centered cubic units. For a given atom A sub 0 in a body-centered cubic unit, the domain D0 is defined as the set of all points in the space closer to A sub 0 than any other atom. Find the volume of D0.
Gotcha.
Okay, so...
they are ultimately trying to find the volume of the vertex that is at the center of each of the body-centered cubic units.
That's interesting.
That's actually really interesting, because I don't think that I can realistically solve this without kind of drawing from the anime immediately, because the way I'm thinking this would get solved is that you would, if you have one in the center and then you've got the corners, right? Then the diagonals that connect that could be drawn from the center to the corners, cut that in half, and that's the distance, right? That's the distance, right, of the area and all that. So which does seem to be the kind of way that Asano was solving it, triangles, there you go. Right.
But or wait, hold on. No. Because if you get that, if you once you get that, which would, and however you would calculate that, I think you do it formulaically since I don't have any numbers here. Then you would basically say that is the radius of a sphere. Because there's all the different corners and stuff, and those would add up to be one whole circle. So then calculate the volume of that sphere, and then subtract that from the volume of the cube, which is just,
so
the
A
by A, right?
Right, so it'd be a quarter of the volume of the circles, and then you would extrapolate that out because... if you assume a perfect sphere, then each one that you would determine based on the radius of the vertex of the corners to the middle, that would be a quarter of the volume of the total circle. So
it'd be an eighth. Right.
Oh, it'd be an eighth, really?
Yeah, because it's a...
Oh, you're right. It would be an eighth.
Three-dimensional, yeah.
Yeah.
But, okay, yeah.
So then that's essentially where
I think that's
Karma kind of...
Right, Karma did it faster.
Just do that faster.
And I think actually Asano might have even been wrong, maybe? I'm not sure.
Yeah, he might not have been headed towards the correct answer. One of the things that I'm also curious about tests like this and stuff, some of the times when I was even in college level stuff, when you would show correct work, but you're...
even if the result was wrong?
Even if the result was wrong,
still be like...
they'd be giving you like 25% credit.
Right. It's the... You're thinking along the right lines,
We're not going to give you 5 points for this answer. We're going to give you 1.25.
Well, right.
That was something that happened to me legitimately on math problems because I hated doing the work. But every once in a while I'd be like, fine. And here's the super detailed version of the work. And they'd give me like, 25 to 40% credit on the thing.
Yeah. Because it's the showing that you understand how to attack the problem, even if you say didn't have enough time or whatever, or made some little clerical error along the way.
Yeah, I think this problem is also really kind of clever in that whoever created the manga and stuff like that looked at general story problems with regards to math and they're probably the most hated, I would say, aspects of doing math, especially when you're younger, is that story problems tend to have you assigning variables incorrectly to things based on your interpretation of the language. Meaning that if someone doesn't have high enough reading comprehension to be able to
actually parse out what to
determine where the variables are, you could end up just attacking the problem the wrong way. So this problem is basically hey, this problem is actually not that difficult. It's a thing of, do you understand the material that this problem is born out of, so that when the stuff that's really important is stated, you go, oh, that's all I need to focus on. The rest of this is just obfuscation to take all the people that are kind of like maybe pretenders who don't really know
the people
material.
Who crammed,
Yes, exactly. The people that crammed would crack under this question.
Right, because that's the whole thing of the
slow build-up thing that the girl earlier and Karma brought up like later in the episode.
Yeah.
But that's needed in order to...
Yes, absolutely. And also the idea that this is the positive and negative of tests.
Yes.
Is that they are designed to put pressure on you, right? So that way, it's not about whether you theoretically could solve the problem given enough time.
Right.
It's whether you have it down to such a degree, right? You're so solid on it that you don't really have to think about it, right?
Yeah.
Because if someone is getting to this problem, especially if it's the last problem on the test and you're already crunched for time, right?
Yeah.
You're going to be panicky. You're not going to necessarily be thinking with a cool head, and then you'll mess up, right? You'll see all the words and all that stuff, and you'll be like, wait, shit, is this atoms, alkaline? Hold on, how much of this is actually necessary? Et cetera, et cetera. But yeah. Okay, that was fun. I didn't expect them to actually have like a
legit math problem.
Yeah, like a detailed thing of here's a problem. See if you can solve it, and by doing that, we're going to show the exact details beyond just the fun fighting anime monsters. Way that the kids resolve it. So that was cool. And then of course the vindication of the classy actually winning out.
Yeah, I think actually the way that Asano was solving it would have led him to the wrong answer. Because he was talking about hexagonals and pyramids and such, not an actual circle. Which means that a lot of the stuff that he might have been attaching to it would have led to something that is not
the wrong way of thinking of it.
Yeah, it's not half the volume of the total cube, basically.
I don't think it would have ended up being half the volume of the total cube. It was.
But that's what Karma's answer was. I believe it was.
Okay.
Yeah, that was what he said right here. I can show you in the episode here real quick. Yeah. Yeah, the 8 bits there. Everyone else will claim theirs to occupy a box in this way. So each person counts for 1/8. The box holds a whole of me and 1/8 from each people's fragments and stuff like that. Basically saying, in other words, inside this cube, the ratio of me to the other 8 has to be 1-to-1, meaning that it's 50-50. Yeah. And if it's 1-to-1 inside the box, the volume of the domain I come up is half the cube. Yeah. So what that means,
because it's if all of the atoms are identical, then that means that if you have 1/8 of them 8 times and then you have one in the center, obviously
the space remaining must be exactly the same as the remaining
sum
8
total of the others. Yeah,
right. And what I took from this in the metaphysical kind of story sense with the power of friendship and all that is that he's basically saying that while we as individuals wholly occupy ourselves and who they are, our worlds that we occupy is influenced, affected, and connected with other people's lives, basically, in really strong, fundamental ways. In that influence, the part that we bring, our talent, the things that they don't see, occupies that center bit. But the other things, our experiences, our friendships, our relationships in general, those occupy the other 50%. It's almost like the show is saying, we're not going to even go into the whole nature-nurture thing. We're going to say it's all equal 50-50. The people in your lives influence us in really strong, powerful ways, and thus, by Karma being willing to look outside of his own world, the box, think outside the box time. Yeah, go ahead.
And this is why it's poetic, because Asano actually was on the track to get the right answer.
Yes.
But what he was going to realize is that once he put all those things in, it was going to start canceling out, and then it would reduce back down to the one thing.
Right.
So, which is
that's so cool. That's really cool.
Yeah.
It's a way to use the beauty of mathematics to say like, hey, you need other people.
Right. It's it feels like the what was the guy who came there was some equation that someone came up with, a math equation or something, for basically summations of series. And,
God, I have no idea. No.
And basically it was
idea.
the story as my math professor told it to me is that the story was that he was in class like hundreds of years ago or whatever.
Right. Okay.
And he would finish the questions early, right? So he would ask the teacher to give him additional problems, right? And so the teacher told him to figure out like the average of all of the if you added up all the numbers from 1 to 100.
Okay.
Right. And so it's like he's like, okay, at least this is something that'll brute force take him a lot of time. But then it's the 1 through 100. Well, what if I did those again below and then flip them around? 1 plus 100, that's 101. 2 plus 99, 101. 3 plus 98, 101. Yeah. Oh, okay. So, beginning and end of the series added together, multiplied by the thing and all that stuff divided by 2, and then there you go. Right. And it's a thing that people still use today. Mm-hmm. And that I feel like was what Karma kind of encapsulated here is that it was the okay, I could actually work through all of these steps that you could take to prove this aspect of the problem. Like, I actually wouldn't even have been too surprised if Karma actually lost credit for not showing his work, potentially. Maybe. Because it's yes, that is the common sense thing that, of course, that must be the case. But how can you actually prove on paper so that way we know for a fact that this is, the solution or whatever?
He might have written that down as the answer and then reduced it down to here's the steps you would need to take in order to come to this conclusion.
Right.
And it's that the work to bring that up is not as detailed as what Asano was getting into.
Right.
And that Asano was going at it.
Sort of going backwards through a maze.
Right, exactly. And Asano might have gone so detailed on certain things that he might have been actually showing wrong work, because the way he described the corner volumes was not circular or spherical.
I think the reason that it would work is because then you could take any one of those hexagon pieces, basically, and then mirror it. And if you found the volume for one on the one side, then you flip it over on the other side. And I think it would have ended up working.
Maybe, as long as the actual volume of all those pieces together ended up being 50% of the volume of the cube.
Right, and that's the thing that he would have realized is that, oh, wait, hold on, the volume for each one is the same. And that's the that's the weird thing when you get into math that doesn't actually use numbers, right? When it's like, no, you're not actually dealing with any measurements. You're just talking about formulaically through the stuff.
Functions, yeah.
A lot of times stuff just cancels out, right? Yeah. Like, and it's
the answer is 1 or 0.
Yeah, like there was a math class I took where the whole point of studying for the tests and stuff was so that you not knew how to actually, like, there were ways that were technically accurate for going through the problems. You were not making any mathematical mistakes, but you wouldn't make any progress. It was like a loop. You could not actually solve the problem if you used these theorems or whatever, right? You had to actually do it in particular ways so that the problem got simplified rather than like exploding out. And sometimes you would have to make it more complicated so that then later it could simplify. But and then it was this weird like judgment call thing that you would have to make. But
math's crazy.
Math's weird.
That's weird. Yeah. But okay.
But they won, and now Korosensei has one hell of a test.
Yeah. And before we quickly get into that, let's talk about Asano having his confrontation with his dad.
Yeah.
Now, everyone in class 3E got actually their results in, and they were in the top 50. Terasaka being the one who is, the lowest performing scores wise in the class.
Yeah.
Still got top 50, 46th in the entire school.
Yep. That's crazy. That's crazy.
What a guy.
Like how many students are there in class 3E? 20?
28.
28.
I think it's around 27 or 28 because we just added in Itana, but we also had Ritsu from before. So I believe it's
there's a lot.
27.
So all of them being in the top 50 is damn impressive. Like
it's amazing. They occupy more than 50% of the best.
Right. Like it's basically like probably them, and then Class A is the other spaces in the top 50, and then everyone else in the schoul. Like
exactly.
That's kind of ridiculous.
But like the top 5 were occupied by all Class 3E and Asano. Like it was Isagai, Takabayashi, Karma, and then there was one of the girls there. Like let's see this real quick here. So yeah,
Takabayashi.
Yeah, Kataoka.
She was number 6.
She's number 6.
Isugai Yuma
was 4th. Nakamura Ryo.
Actually, I don't know. No, I think those two might actually be might have been part of the Big 5.
Hold on. Yeah, hold on.
No,
they're not. No, they're
okay.
not.
Huh.
No, they're not part of the Big 5. So yeah,
okay.
I believe those are.
See, we have, as far as names for Class 3E, we have their nicknames more than their actual names. So
it's true though.
Yeah, but
yeah, I know Isugai is from Class 3. I'm just not sure about Nakamura Ryo.
I believe she is.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. But okay, that's
confrontation.
Really, really special. But yeah, Asano has a confrontation with the principal
after being a leader for Class A.
Yeah,
which was awesome.
And has his moment of basically saying, "Hey, guys, I'm gonna keep winning, and so that I can help you guys win more."
Yeah.
And hey, you know what? He's learning. He's learning. He's definitely still got his own, problems he's going to have to deal with because he's not,
for sure.
He's not a wholly just, on the right path kind of person. He's
got his flaws.
He's got his flaws, but he also has his talent. And he is enacting it here so that he can, help bring about their education in a better way because he does believe in them. And also...
And he kind of cares about them.
Cares about them, yeah.
His friends. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Now...
Then Dad comes in.
Dad comes in like a
Cthulhu
on
centipede.
Your shoulder.
And I love how the show makes us think that his dad's going to win here, right?
Right.
But he doesn't.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
And it's because of his friends. Because Asano's friends in the Big 5. They're like, hey.
It's weird to say this. It feels really weird to say this. But I actually kind of cheered a bit inside when he hit Asano. Because while I'm like... Because he lost, right? Like, and while I'm like, I, don't want to see children get hit by their parents.
Right.
The idea that basically that was how deep it had got under his skin.
Yep.
Right? That he felt like he had to resort to that.
Exactly.
And that Asano wasn't alone. So even the fact that happened, I'm not worried. If that was in a private room, I would have been worried.
Yes.
Right? But no, this is in front of all the students. Dude, you just outed yourself. Yeah, right, exactly. Like, you're done. You're nothing. You're nobody. So now he has to go and do the whole assassination thing with Korosensei later, because that's his only path left open to him.
It might even be something that if he's doing this right now and he's so speedy about it, he might be thinking like,
I can brush this under the rug.
I'm going to see if I can quickly switch things and the focus up to something else. Because, I don't think that anyone is going to be able to use some kind of power mechanic against him, like with regards to saying like he struck a kid. It's like, well, it's his kid, and he can just say I didn't do that.
Oh, it's just the children trying to
overactive imaginations.
Yeah, exactly. Who are you gonna believe?
And my lawyers,
right, exactly.
Like, my stupid wealth that I have. Yeah, but I would love to have it be a thing of where even if he wins this thing against Korosensei, it's not gonna kill him.
No.
But what could happen is all the rest of the students show up and they're basically like, yeah, we are in open protest. Like, we're done with
Potentially. But
like, Asano might be getting all the time that he needs to rise up, basically.
I am all for Viva la Revolution with these kids, whether it's against the school or the government or whatever, right? Like, like, go for it. Row, fight the power,
Yep.
I would not be surprised, though, if Korosensei just beasted his way through it. Like, and
possible.
Because he's got a good why. He's like, no, you are not sending my kids to some prison camp school.
Yeah.
That's not happening.
Nope.
Right? And also, I do gotta say that I kind of appreciate the way that the principal set this up. Because if he had just said, no, this is over, then there would be an excuse for Karasuma to step in.
Yes.
Like, okay, hold on, buddy. Hold on, right? Yeah. But since he's like no, this is all part of an assassination. Listen, Korosensei.
You have to abide this thing, Karasuma, right?
Yeah, you have to abide by this, right? I'm giving him an option to stay here, and but because of things that have happened, it is within my purview, more or less, to have things happen with the Class 3 if I want.
Yeah, that is not your call.
Right,
Yeah.
and if Korosensei really wants to stay here,
this is a way that he can.
this is a way that he can.
And you want Korosensei to be assassinated.
Yeah.
Who cares
so
who gets the money, right?
I see this as an absolute win.
Right. It is something where I could see people getting potentially frustrated if they don't look at it that way, because then they're like, why is Karasuma letting him do this? Because it could end up with Korosensei not teaching them. But you forget that the main reason why Korosensei is teaching him is because Korosensei negotiated with the government in that he will let them perform assassinations on him
as long as he's
teaching these students.
Right.
Now, if he gets assassinated, then mission's over. We win, right?
Yep.
Now, the students, and I would say Karasuma and Mitch Sensei, they have grown attached to Korosensei.
Yep.
Some more than others.
And by the way, just as a little thing for the principal, because by what they did here, all of them should be out of Class 3E, right? If they wanted to be, right?
Yes,
they can definitely choose to stay there, right? But if you send off Class 3E to a prison school thing, right? Sorry, does that continue to actually motivate the students to work hard? Because now there's one way that it could be of the rule by fear. If you get on my bad side, I'll send you to a prison school.
Yes,
right.
That it does fit within his vision.
Yes, but it's also something where it's but those are the people that excelled.
Right.
So wouldn't we want to like sort of get middly kind of grades, like not like stay under the radar, not be so good that we have the demands to be at the top, right? But not so bad that you want to send us to 3E, but again,
he's actually, depending on how he does this, he's either encouraging those who have the gumption and I would say the community around them to push through adversity into greatness, but then he's encouraging potentially mediocrity on the other side of things for people that want to avoid the extreme retaliation that comes from the students' overseers.
Exactly. And the whole point of this school is that it is the best of the best school. Class 3E is not to make it so that the other students are functioning.
Right.
It's to make it so that they are at the absolute peak level of performance, right? As only the combination of fear and ambition can achieve. And now we flipped that.
Yeah.
So regardless, even if this all does go well and you get the money to start up these schools, and that probably gives you enough momentum to keep it going for a while, the actual results of these schools are going to start to deteriorate. Like, parents might not actually want their kids going to these schools. They might not be willing to pay the premium dollar that they probably are right now in order to get them to go here.
So you lose. Good day, sir.
Yep. I said good day, sir. Yeah.
I am very excited for the next episode to be basically the dethroning of Principal Gakushu,
Because he's already lost. He has stubbornly
yeah.
trying to hold on.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
This is a very simple game that he's presented Korosensei with.
Yep.
But I am very curious as to the potential results of Korosensei basically realizing, well, if he does pull out one that is the
anti-teacher,
anti-personal one, personnel one, like a human one,
right?
Does he really decide to wound, maim, kill the principal here?
Of course not, right? I don't think so. But also, with how the principal set up this problem, and of course the principal wants it to be geared towards himself, right?
Right.
But at the same time, there was this element of like, oh, I'll totally throw myself into harm's way for this. What? You won't too? Which that specific part about the principal is at least admirable. He's committed to what he's doing, right?
Or it's crazy.
But the way it's set up, if let me go through this for a second. The way that Korosensei has to win and the principal actually has to be in danger is not just that Korosensei goes through all four, but that he goes through all four and that the grenade that would hurt the principal is none of them.
Right.
So the principal is basically saying, it's only really Russian roulette for me, and I just need to do it once, maybe, assuming that you don't get taken out before you get to that point.
Right.
So it's like, okay, there is a 20% chance, if it gets that far, that you're in danger.
Yeah.
But until then, you're not in danger.
Yeah.
So, like, if he was standing there too, then I'd be a bit more impressed. But,
that is a good point, Jacob. The fact that he's like, I will step outside the blast radius of the room here because I don't need to risk anything here yet.
Yeah, it's like you already have 4 to 1 odds. What are you worried about? Yeah.
It's just like he like zeroes in and Terasaki's just like whistling, just
or he just keeps eye contact. What?
or Karma would be the one saying like,
yeah. And then Bitch Sensei's like, wait, what?
What?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
This was a fun episode.
Yeah, this was really good.
Yeah.
And it is the culmination of the finals. So now we
final episode? No, not yet.
No, not yet. That was funny. But we might then see a departure from the previous kind of structure.
Classroom. Yeah.
Yes, from the assassination classroom, especially if it gets demolished.
Which, if that's the case,
if that does end up going that way, what's left for this second half? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel.
Yes, we stream every weekday. The info is in the description down below.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.